the whole Hunter Biden pardon story got me thinking. So I want to go back into history and kind of talk about where this idea of the pardon actually becoming a problem. So back in 1960, as we all know, John Kennedy was elected president, and he made his brother in 61 attorney general, who's never tried a case in his life. I think he was like 30 years old. And he says, I'm going after the Mafia. Bobby Kennedy, he is able to gather a shit ton more of federal agents dedicated just to the prosecution and the chasing down of these mafioso and trying to build cases against. He forms these committees, and you see his brother when he was a senator and Bobby Kennedy asking questions of certain members who just keep pleading the Fifth. They plead the Fifth Amendment, which we all know. I'm not going to testify. I don't have to testify if it may incriminate me. So one of those agents that Bobby Kennedy brought into the FBI was a famous guy named David Shippers. He becomes famous for his just continued prosecution even after Kennedy leaves the Justice Department. But Shippers is still there, and he's prosecuting these mafioso. So in June, I believe, 1965, he has Sam Giancana under subpoena in a grand jury and has him come to testify. And he has a plan to give Giancana immunity, absolute immunity, like a pardon would do. So he has absolute immunity. He sits down, they start asking questions, and he says, I plead the Fifth. And their position was, you can't plead the Fifth because you can no longer incriminate yourself. But again, why would they do that? They want Giancana to be in a position where he has to testify now, right? And spill the beans on everything so they could get this information. And people thought Shippers was crazy. What's interesting is throughout this time, the government started to use this tactic more and more. When Watergate happens, the federal prosecutors start tossing around the ideas of giving up to 10 people the same type of an immunity deal, but it was to get them, okay, you can tell us the truth. Whereas with Giancana, he didn't want to tell anybody. They were tricking him into believing, oh, okay, he shows up not realizing I'm being given immunity. That sounds too good to be true. Well, it was. Fast forwarding to today, you pardon Joe Biden pardons his son Hunter, and you think, okay, he did it, whatever you think, like I said before, it is what it is. But what does that really look like? If he has complete immunity and you subpoena him and you sit him down, tell me about your father's involvement with Burisma. How about with China? Where do these money wires go into his grandchildren, right? Like, where's all this money coming from and where is it going and why? You sit him down now under oath. You may have just set up a possibility where he is going to jail just like Sam Giancana did for contempt, or he's got to throw people under the bus.